the 5th and 7th of May 2014, AV Forums travelled to San Francisco with LG to sample the roots and philosophy of the new webOS smart TV system by meeting their software and hardware designers and content partners. Dan Pearson explains more.
So we've come over to San Francisco to meet with our Silicon Valley Lab team for the UK journalists to get a really great understanding of the user experience around the webOS smart TV platform, the philosophy behind it and why we've created it in the way that we have. So after LG acquired the webOS team of designers and engineers, we expanded our existing office that we already had in Silicon Valley to house this new talented team of designers and engineers. So this team works very closely with our other R&D labs around the globe, mainly Seoul, Russia, etc., to create this new webOS experience on our smart TVs.
So the LG Silicon Valley Lab is really the innovation center in the US for LG. And what we really do here is we actually run a really cool design process, which is integrated all the way from product management to design to engineering, QA, and even business development. And we try to create awesome products for our users. And we focus really a lot about solving our users' problems and creating real value for users. The main thing here is to foster creativity. And creativity happens when a bunch of different people come together from different backgrounds. And that really increases the variance in ideas. And that's what we are particularly proud of and we particularly enjoy doing.
So what problems have you had in implementing a smart TV system?
I think one of the key problems in the industry is that people really understand smartphones. So as manufacturers, we understand smartphones, we understand tablets, and the immediate solution to a smart TV is to actually take that tablet UI and blow it up to this 55-inch screen. The main issue, though, is that tablets are this lean-forward experience. You do a lot on stuff. I check my email on my phone as I'm walking between meetings. The TV, however, is this really relaxing, lean-back experience. And so what we did here at the LG Silicon Valley Lab was to redesign TV, to really rethink TV and make TV simple again. The opposite of simple is complex. And really the TV has gotten complex over the years, right? From complex UIs that I just talked about to the whole content ecosystem where you have your Xbox and PlayStation plugged into your TV, along with your live TV sources like your set-top boxes. And beside that, there's all this streaming content like BBC iPlayer or Demand 5. There's all this content all coming into your TV, and that's a very complex landscape. And what we at LG here are about is about simplifying your TV experience and making TV simple again.
Why webOS? Why does that work so well?
So I think that webOS really has it's a very modern operating system. There's a lot of strong technical fundamentals, but also there's this philosophy of webOS, which is about focusing on users' problems and solving them really well. There's two really approaches to inventing products. One's the feature approach, where you take every single technology known to mankind and cram it into a device. And the other one's really the user-focused approach, or the consumer-centric approach, where you solve specific problems for our users.
You mentioned using the internet, using a tablet. It's a lean-forward experience. So you would describe your smart TV system as a lean-back and enjoy?
That's correct. It's lean back, enjoy. It's kind of like you're on your sofa set, you're relaxing, you're leaning back after a hard day at work, and you want to make it enjoyable. We want to make it just simple to use. We don't want you to have to think a whole lot to use our product.
You've also got a room here which we've not been able to take any footage of, but it's full of cameras and two-way mirrors and so on. You like to spy on people?
So no, not at all. So this is not us being creepy, but it's really about understanding user problems. And so what you just described was our user research lab, and that's where we actually try to figure out what our user problems are. And a lot of users tell us problems, and we do listen and we want to change stuff. But at the same time, we want to solve those latent problems, those moments where you kind of, cringe a bit or you frown a bit. And those moments to us are opportunities to make stuff better for our users. And that's exactly what we do in our user lab.
One of the buzzwords here today has been simplicity. So what makes webOS and the smart TV system so simple?
It's really everything about it. What we've done in this year's smart TV and in the webOS platform in general is we've equalized everything across the entire system. So everything is an app. Whether it's YouTube or Netflix or live TV, your HDMI sources, your Xbox, your Blu-ray player, everything is an app and everything is the same. Everything has equal footing all across the entire platform.
And so what makes webOS such a fantastic smart TV system?
So webOS has always been really great at multitasking, and even from its heyday when it was on mobile devices, it's always been a great multitasking system. And what better way to make your TV simple, make it fast, than to introduce multitasking features? And we can go through a couple of things and I can show you. So as we mentioned, we're talking about multitasking and switching. So we have this notion in a system of a very, very simple information architecture known as the past, the present, and the future. And what we're doing here is we're looking at the present. And the thing about the present is that everything starts with home. You're sitting in your home, you're relaxing, you're watching TV. So we want that to be the most comfortable, easiest place for you to be. So you simply hit home on your remote, and up comes our home screen, and you can see a list of everything that you're currently doing, things that you're currently watching. Right now we're watching a YouTube video. We also have a list of all of our favorite apps that I probably want to watch more than any others, and you can see how they're right there at your disposal. We were talking about switching, so let's say that I'm watching this YouTube video and I want to go back and watch something on Netflix. I simply point and click, and here comes Netflix. That simple, that fast. One of the really cool things to note is that this particular Netflix stream is a 4K stream, and you saw that we switched from YouTube to Netflix 4K in less time than it takes you to change the channel on your cable box. And that's, for us, you're talking about speed, this is it right here.
We spent a lot of time in our Silicon Valley lab going through the key experiences of webOS, how it was designed, why it was designed in the way it was, the different types of things we took into consideration, and the thought process of how we came up with the whole user experience. So we've taken the journalists through all of the key different features and experiences of our Smart TV platform, and also we introduced them to the new Connect SDK, which is our second screen solution for mobile developers.
Can you just go through SDK a little bit more?
Yeah, so essentially it's a one-stop solution for mobile developers looking for a second screen solution. So there are many different technologies out there for mobile developers to extend their mobile applications to interact with TVs and TV devices, but it's quite fragmented, so there are different formats like Dial, DLNA, Chromecast, etc. What Chromecast does, what Connect SDK does is creates an abstract layer that pulls all those different formats into one SDK. So essentially developers just need to write to Connect SDK, and then they'll be able to target all devices that support the relevant formats. So while we're in Silicon Valley, there's, who better else to see one of our leading partners globally, which is Netflix. Obviously Netflix are pioneering many things in this area, namely 4K as well. So LG is releasing a number of different 4K webOS TVs this year, so it's a great opportunity to go and spend some time with our partners over there who have really embraced webOS as well. So we worked very closely. These guys are almost next door neighbours here, so we had a lot of time hearing Netflix thoughts on how we could create a great smart TV experience. There's a lot of collaboration between the webOS team and Netflix, working quite closely together.